everyone else. And one of those 2 losses, they lost all their quarterbacks a quarter into it, and he's 0-2 against Kansas City. He also, if you guys, that we don't have to bring the board out again, and this obviously would not be board worthy. No, but it's the closer you are to all-time legendary status, the less likely you are to talk mess about the all-time legends. Like there will, so Joe Burrow doesn't show up on the board. Josh Allen doesn't show up on the board. Their teammates do sometimes. Fred Warner is, in my opinion, en route to being a first ballot Hall of Famer. He knows what first ballot Hall of Famers look like, as he alluded to there. And he also knows that this, as great as he is, when Mahomes has played him, we can show you the numbers, he has absolutely torched him.
Yeah.
365 yards a game. And by the way, all 4 of those times, Brew, the Niners defense appeared to be better than this one.
Right.
Now, you can say the Chiefs offense was better, except for last year's Chiefs offense in the Super Bowl, but the other 3 were. But so I think Fred recognizes no Dre, no Hufanga. He's torched us forever. And so I just think he is playing this smart, which is, it is the type of quote that I honestly, sorry to sound obnoxious, but the Chiefs give. It's the type of quote Travis Kelce gives, where it's just like, that guy's awesome. There's no way, you just try to avoid him or whatever it is. Great players recognize it's just smart. And his own history is that he beats everybody except for this specific team.
Can I big names on that board, though, as I'm looking
at it again.
Derrick Henry?
Yeah, but that was more complimentary to Lamar.
Jamar?
5-0, off a bye. At what point, and I know we're like, Travis has been getting better. Still no touchdowns. Mark Andrews got a touchdown the other day, so that drought was over. At what point can we officially go on like, man, Kelce's got to get into the end zone?
I won't.
Okay.
I won't.
If they don't win the Super Bowl. I mean,
well, we can't
last year
be like, I just think at some point, it'll be like, in the playoffs, he'll turn it on because that's what he did last year.
But that is exactly.
But he had a bunch of touchdowns, too.
He wasn't that good in the regular season.
He 5.
Well, right now he's on track for 0.
Well, yeah, I understand he has 0 through 5 games. I mean, that's the.
So what's he on? Okay.
I mean, I guess here's the reason the reason that I'm dismissing it, Wilds. Last year in the regular season, Travis Kelce was a B player. And in the postseason, he was not only the best weapon the Chiefs had, not only the best weapon any team had, but had an all-time great postseason performance. Line it up against any pass catcher of any playoff run ever, and it's right neck and neck with what Larry Fitzgerald did the year of the Cardinals as far as targets. So the jump from regular season to postseason. So even if this year, instead of being a B player, he's a C player, then we have, to me, proof of concept
that it'll be a B player.
Well, I think he made like 3 jumps from where he was in the regular season to the playoffs. That he will be a dynamic weapon.
I just don't think it's unfair. I'm trying to think of comps. Like, if Gronk was touchdown, and I don't have Gronk's numbers at the top.
No, but it is what happened with Gronk.
Gronk, year they beat the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game with New England, Gronk didn't have a great regular season.
About Tampa Bay
huge
Gronk.
in the
playoffs.
playoffs.
Same thing. He was mediocre. No, again, he's not going to finish the year with 0.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Right now he's got 0, and everything is the lowest of his career. Yeah. So it's a little bit. If this was your take was that Derrick Henry has kind of the wave of Derrick Henry had crested. And I thought it was a fair take. And if Derrick Henry was like, man, look at what Derrick Henry's doing, nothing. I don't think it would be unfair to be like, wow, Derrick Henry seems to not be producing. He hasn't scored a touchdown yet. And if I was like, you know what, come playoff time, Derrick Henry is going to be amazing.
That would
because he has in the past. I think it's fair to be like, man, he's not producing. Okay. He's down from, it was last year, it was 66 yards, and now it's 48. It's not like.
So, yeah, 16 yards.
Well, it's a significant amount.
18 yards.
He's only doing 6. You want to do percentage-wise?
No, you're trying to use comps that I am going to summarily reject because there is not if Derrick Henry last year and the year before was dynamic, dominant, unstoppable in the playoffs, and then coming into this year, I was like, I think he's, on the other side of his career, that would have been a bad take. I wouldn't have said that. I wouldn't if the belief is what I have said, and the Swifties got mad at me about it because they thought I was taking a shot at Travis. I think he has a set amount of great games left. I think he's a big enough pro to understand what it takes to produce those big games in the week leading up to and during the game. And I don't think he needs to expend those in September and October. Okay. And I saw him do it last year and be unguardable in the postseason against teams built to stop him. Yeah. So if you're asking me when will I be worried about Travis Kelce, the answer is when he has a bad playoff game, which he never has with Patrick. Not one.
I'll take the before worried take on that. MVP odds, Mahomes at 1, Josh Allen at 2, Lamar at 3, then CJ, and then Jaden coming in at 5. Mahomes this season still undefeated and number 1 in MVP, but by his standards, not awesome. Completion percentage is high.
By anyone's standards, not awesome.
Yeah, probably. I'm trying to be nice. Is Mahomes in danger of losing his MVP fave status this weekend?
Yes. If they lose and he doesn't play well, and if they lose, he probably won't, then I don't think he'll be the favorite the following week.
I agree.
Because we will now have been 7 games into the season, almost halfway, and it'll be like he's not having an MVP-worthy season at all. Now, conversely, Nick, if they win, and even if he doesn't play great, like they win, but he kind of does what he's doing, yeah, because at some point it's going to be like, and they're beating good teams. It's not like they're just beating bad teams. The undefeated record is going to be huge.
Bro, I wrote,
as
long as Kansas City's undefeated, he'll remain the favorite. Right or wrong? That's not how I think the award should go.
For me,
it's not how I think the award should go, but given how the award has gone, as long as they're undefeated and the media kind of universally agrees that offense doesn't have great weapons, you even have a national treasure on TV trying to convince America Travis Kelce is totally washed, then the quarterback is going to remain the favorite.
That would be a huge win for everyone who believes in quarterback wins.
Correct, which is a lot of the voters. Right.
And I don't know that he would win. Like, if he plays this way the whole year and they go
undefeated, he'll win the Super Bowl. Or he'll win the MVP. If they go undefeated, he'll win the MVP. That would really be
interesting.
Yeah.
That would really be a test because these numbers aren't close to Hall of Fame.
But if they're undefeated,
it would be the cherry on top of the quarterback wins Sunday.
Yes, correct.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, but go ahead, Bruce. Sorry, do your ballot.
Well, okay. Bruce's ballot is not a projection.
No.
It is now. All right, as we are. So I don't no past history or anything like that. All right, here we go. At number 5, you're going to like this one, Nick. C.J. Stroud.
He would be on
First time he makes an appearance, and obviously they're 5-1, third best record in the league, and he is putting up good numbers. Not fantastic, but good numbers. And the thing is, he's the driving force. This is why I have him over Darnold, because he's the driving force. He's doing it with Nico Collins, Tank Dell, if each missed the game. And Joe Mixon, their best running back, big offseason acquisition, has missed 3 games. So at number 4,
love it.
Derrick Henry.
Totally agree.
On pace for 1,994 yards.
Got to get those
career high 6 yards a carry.
Yep.
Leads the league in touchdowns with 8, big plays with 8. Like, he's just having a phenomenal year. At number 3, his teammate. Now, some might think he should be higher. Some might think he should be higher, and I will say this, and Nick and I have talked about this a lot. If he had not already won 2 MVPs, including last year's, and had better without winning a Super Bowl yet, or even getting to one, he would be higher. But he's having a phenomenal year, especially of late. All right, at number 2, he dropped a notch. Jaden Daniels, now coming off a loss, but it wasn't his fault. He played really well against the Ravens. 2 touchdowns, season high, 269
Lamar
yards.
just played, and Lamar.
Well, it's not QB wins.
Yeah.
Lamar was great, but Jaden has been great.
He said Jaden has carried him all year while Lamar.
He doesn't have a Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
And at number 1, I gotta give it to him.
Oh my! What a moment!
I'm fair.
What a moment!
Hold on, it's not. He leads the league in touchdowns with 15. They got great wins. They beat Detroit.
Yep.
They
Great.
beat Washington.
Yes.
Whatever you think of Philly, Philly's talented.
I just said Lamar beat Washington. and you
It's
said,
not QB wins.
Are running backs eligible for Bruce ballot?
Yes.
Okay, so then why aren't you mad that Derrick Henry's behind you? Should it just?
I do think Derrick Henry. I would have.
So who would you have number one?
I would have Derrick Henry number one.
That's fine. We can do this longer later, but that's
old school.
It has to for MVP.
Okay,
it has to incorporate
Baker's
how much you're doing compared
Yes.
to everyone else. I agree with you, bro.